Hey guys, Brad the Impaler here. Today we're going to talk about Julian Assange and the WikiLeaks.
Peterson, do you have any comments on the Nazi presence at your protest?
What? What the fuck's going on?
Peterson!
What the actual fuck?
The presence of Nazis and white supremacists assaulting people at your protest. Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, I don't like Nazis.
Neither do I. Well, it seems the video about Assange will have to wait until next time. That is, if I don't get banned doing my research.
Also interesting is, remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
These crazy SJWs are talking to my friend Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, who is a professor of psychology at the University of Toronto in Canada. Wait, what the hell's going on? Stop that! Anyway, I know that he got in a lot of heat over these videos where he declares that he's anti-PC and against the Canadian Bill C-16, a bill which he believes will limit free speech and cause undue strain on business owners. But, what do Nazis have to do with my friend, Dr. Peterson? Nothing. Remember? He doesn't like Nazis.
Yeah, I don't like Nazis.
But these people know he isn't a Nazi. Even so, they attempt to start off their argument on a perceived moral high ground.
Then
Why were they here?
Well, how can I answer
are there views in alignment with yours?
At some point you
I
have to
think that's
realize.
a foolish question. Look,
Yes, that is a foolish question. Instead of coming at him with logical arguments, this SJW uses the same tactic as so many of their comrades, and make this man fend off the argument that he's a Nazi. How disingenuous is that?
The people who arranged the protest against you watched all of your videos.
It's like, do you want to
I
disavow?
have 150 videos on YouTube.
No,
You
your
want to tell-
lectures, which sparked the debate.
Okay.
Do
I
you
have
want to
150.
disavow the support?
Could you
of
let me
white-
talk to her for a moment?
Don't call me that, please.
Oh, what did he call you?
Could you let me talk to her for a moment?
Don't call me that, please.
Wait, what? What? Is this because he said her? I can't,
So, I have 150 lectures on YouTube. There's 500 hours of my views.
Do you really
If
think that
wanna
you're
find
worth
out
all
what
of
they
that
were-
time?
Why not, bitch? You just said that you watched all of them, so they were apparently worth your time.
So look, I will answer your question, okay? I've studied Nazism for a very long time. It's been 4 decades, and I understand it very well. And I can tell you that there's some awful people lurking in the corners, and they're ready to come out. And if the radical left keeps pushing the way
That
it's
sounds
pushing,
very much like a
they're
threat.
going to come.
That sounds very much
That's
like a
not
threat.
a threat.
That sounds very much like a threat.
No, it's not a threat. He's talking about the very real pushback against the censorship and outright madness that comes from idiots like you, who for some reason can change laws in our countries.
Would you like to disavow the physical violence? Trans people were physically assaulted at this rally in your name. Would you like to disavow that violence?
Yes.
So you wish that didn't happen, and you want to,
Absolutely.
and I'm going to post this online that you would like people to be more accommodating of trans people and people of color at your events in future.
I would like there to be no violence.
Look at you, expanding on what he said, changing the language up. He said nothing vague like be more accommodating to trannies and people of... Wait, are we supposed to be even saying that? People of color? I don't...
Are you racist? How many times do I have to say no, damn it?
You have no idea if I'm your enemy. You have no idea about me.
You won't
know
use my
nothing about
pronouns, so I'm pretty sure you're my enemy. Yes.
Yeah, well, I know you think that, but I don't believe that using your pronouns is going to do you any good in the long run. I think it'll do quite the contrary.
What?
Look, I think that's what's happening is that we're pushing over a line we shouldn't cross.
That's right, beginning to restrict the majority population's free speech for a very small minority of the population is dangerous, and it shouldn't be tolerated.
I've been denied housing as a trans person. These rights would protect me.
Denied housing?
I've been denied housing.
From the state or for the open market? So have you been denied housing, like, from the government?
It's illegal
From
either
the
way
government?
if we had
From the
human
government?
rights.
From the government?
not
Or
a-
have you tried to get a house like everybody else and they said, no, you're weird, you can't work? No, if the state has done that, that's a problem.
they said-
but if someone doesn't want to live with you, that's their right.
Whoa, dude, calm down. I mean, I get you, and I'm right behind you, but you need to tone it down a little bit. And to her
Don't call me that, please.
point, I mean, I've been denied housing because I had a cat. So what? There are a lot of points made by this SJW, and she's right. A lot of it is unsettling and pulls at the feels.
What evidence do you have that attempting to transform the way that people use pronouns is going to produce a positive effect on
Because
society?
are you aware that there is a trans boy who killed himself in psychiatric care recently because he was continuously being misgendered by his care workers?
And that is my precise problem.
Yeah, that is awful. But people who have gender dysphoria often have depression as well. There's no proof that using the right pronouns would have cured this boy's depression.
We are not looking for special treatment. We are looking to be able to integrate ourselves into society. And if you refuse to refer to us by our pronouns, which is not allowed to ask, singular they pronouns go all the way back to Shakespeare. It's not a new thing. If you refuse to let us integrate ourselves into society, you create alienation that results in suicide. We are in a suicide epidemic right now. What are you contributing to this as a psychologist?
Man, you know, you're almost impossible to talk to. You're so full of rhetoric that it's impossible to listen to you.
Pow.
Turn down for weed. Smoke weed. Smoke weed.
I have a calm, rational question.
Okay.
I won't get emotional with you. Who is this legislation harming? Who is
Harming anybody who wants to use their own words.
That's precisely right, because there should be no law telling me how to refer to someone, no matter what gender they identify as.
I'm sorry, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you realize that right now, if you were to kill a trans person, because only for the sole reason that they're trans, that would not be considered a hate crime? Sure, they could be convicted of murder, but not of a hate crime.
And what, life in prison isn't enough for you?
That's what this
in the
is.
States, they can use a transgenic defense
Yeah,
in almost
yeah.
all the United States and get off by claiming temporary insanity because they were freaked out by the trans person.
Oh God, what is that? But in all seriousness, there are a lot of reasons someone can go insane. Are we supposed to legislate what is allowed to be considered a trigger now? Do we need to make clowns a protected class? I mean, look at them all, smiling and weird. That could definitely trigger someone. Just look at it. And look at this girl acting like she's been traumatized by this cis white shitlord and his army of... Oh wait, she's part of the mob surrounding him and his supporters. Listen, I don't care what you get offended by. The moment you support legislation put in place so that you don't get offended, you stand against everything I stand for. If you happen to be on social media and see something stupid some SJW says, go ahead and send it to me at Brad_Impaler at Twitter, or you can leave it in the comments section below, and I'll fit the best ones in my new segment that you guys will see coming up as soon as I have enough of them. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. This has been Brad the Impaler.
Put your fucking hands up.